Welcome to the webinar. Please stand by. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, everybody. Kevin Okwani here. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Hop in that chat and let me know. All right, let's get a couple things set up here. Oh, awesome. I see a lot of feeling great, doing great, wonderful, awesome, doing great, fantastic, excited. Ooh, flooding tropical storm. Norman, stay safe down there. We need you. Stay safe down there. All right, so we got a bunch of stuff going on tonight, guys. Look, if you've been on any of the webinars that we've done in the last couple of days, then you know we're working towards something pretty awesome. Who here has been on those webinars and seen what we are doing? Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, this is great. This is, you know, it's really cool to see a lot of you back out here, and this webinar is starting to pack up quick. I'll actually say this. I'm going to give you guys a second to go ahead and share this one more time and see if you want to put somebody else on the webinar if you haven't been able to. So you guys want to go ahead and share out the link, have at it. We've got maybe 60 more spots left on this webinar. If you guys want to get someone else on there, and then we will go ahead and rock this thing out. So we're going to give people a second, and we will get started. Awesome. Okay, so I think we're about there. What's up, Shahid? How you doing? So now, with everything we've got going on with INFINii over the last couple of days, we've been going through the rewards plan. We've been going through the marketplace. We've been bringing you guys up to speed on what we're doing, and we're actually been releasing the whole tank. I want to go ahead and say one thing before we really kick this off, and that is that if you've had trouble signing somebody up in the last 48 hours or so, that's because we had the add to cart button down. People could not get in, and we shut that down, and we said that on the other webinar. So if you missed that, I'm sorry if you missed that, but we wanted to make sure that we could have this time to get you guys trained up on what we're doing with the rewards plan before we go ahead and do that add to cart, okay, before we could bring new people in the system. So right now you are able to sign up people into INFINii right now. We are live. You guys can do that. You're going to start seeing BV being generated and all that happy stuff tonight. And we'll bring out Hitesh in a little bit to go ahead and give you guys some more information on that. But that's where we're at. That's what we're up to. We've got all that stuff ready to go. Now, having said that, who here has not seen the new rewards plan? Who has not actually seen the rewards plan? Okay, it looks like everyone has pretty much, looks like most people have pretty much seen this. So I'll tell you what I'll do though. I'm going to pull it up real quick and we're going to go over it one more time. And I'll actually show you where you guys can grab it in your back office. So let me log into an INFINii account here. I'll show you where you can get it as well. And go ahead and we'll rock this out. We'll walk through the rewards plan one more time. Okay. So if you guys are logged into your back office, you can actually go down to your partners page and grab it. Oh, and that just shut down. So I'm going to do this. I'm actually going to give you guys a link. Right. All right, here you go. I'm sending this to everyone so you guys can see this. Okay, so I'm going to toss this out to you guys, and you can grab the rewards plan and go through this with me. For those of you who haven't done this already, all you got to do is click on that link right there that I just shared with you, and it will open up into the rewards plan, and you can check out what we've got with the INFINii rewards plan. So we're going to go through that together. You guys can have that. Has everyone got that in your chat? Might take a second to load because it is a big file, guys. Okay, so it might take a second to load for you. Let me know, and we will rock it out. Okay, so here we go. Here's the rewards plan. Okay, and this is very, very simple, and this is what we're going to be working with, and I'm going to show you guys how this works. It'll take about maybe 5 minutes for those of you who missed the last 2 webinars. Okay, the last 2 webinars we went through this stuff, but I want to go through it again because I do see a lot of people that look like they're new here. Okay, so number 1, we have our Jumpstart program. So when somebody comes in, guys, and what happens is they pay their first $50 for Prime, or they pay their first $400 for Excel. That's gonna generate you a fast start bonus, a jump start bonus. This is gonna be 25% of what they pay. So if they pay $400, it's gonna be $100 in jump start. Okay, pretty easy. That's to get money in your pocket right now. A lot of you guys are doing some online marketing in INFINii Network. A lot of you guys are into that kind of stuff. And we wanna make sure you get a lot of money on the front end. You deserve it, right? Number 2, you have the milestone bonus. And the milestone bonus is what you're gonna get when you start popping out those ranks, right? When you start hitting manager, regional manager, national manager, global manager, you start getting a $50, $100, $350, and $500 in milestone bonuses as you hit those ranks. Now, here's the cool part of this, right? When you help somebody do that yourself, meaning I sponsor Deanne or Priscilla or Sean or Jimmy or Scott here, when I sponsor you into INFINii and you hit a milestone bonus, I'm going to get 20% of that. And when they go ahead and sponsor somebody else on their second level, and those people hit those milestone bonuses, I'm going to get 10% of that. Okay, so it's a 2-level deep milestone bonus that you guys get to have inside of INFINii Network, which is really, really cool, right? This is going to create a lot of buzz, and it's really going to help you guys get a lot of money out of the front end of this rewards plan as you're helping people get what they need, which is money in their pocket, hitting those ranks, smashing out those ranks, destroying those ranks. You're going to make money. Number 3, we're going to talk about the INFINITI plan. Okay, the INFINITI pay is 10% on your levels, okay, on all of your legs. So if this is me with the glasses here, and I go ahead and I got Scott Sullivan here, who's a rock star, and he's going to come in and start building, anything under this leg, because he's on my first level, I'm going to make 10% of that. Okay, there's caps that apply, and we'll go through some of this stuff. And yes, Deanne, it is bloody fantastic. So the next thing we're going to go through is the INFINITI match. Okay, so when I help Deanne come on here, and Deanne goes ahead and rocks this thing out and starts making money in the INFINITI pay, I'm going to get an INFINITI check match on that when I hit the rank of regional manager and above. Regional, national, global, director. I'm going to start making 5% of what she makes, 10%, 15, 30, 35, all the way up to 100% when I smash out ambassador. Okay? I'm going to be able to make that check match on my personals. That's the whole rewards plan. That's the whole rewards plan. And so who has a question on that? Who has a question on that? This is I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but I want to see what you guys come out. I just had a great question. When will you guys launch this? It's launched right now. This is live. Okay, you're going to start seeing BV back there. This is going. It's happening back there. The holding tank is back there. You guys will see folks down there. You can move them around, things of that nature. All the BV that we're catching up on right now, because we paused the billing for the last few days, will start to flood back in there, and you guys will be able to get that. Now, here's something that's really cool, and I want to make sure everyone understands this. Who's been in INFINii for, who has people in INFINii right now that have been in INFINii for a week, a month, 6 months, 2 months, 3 months? Who has people in there? Okay. Lots of people. Great. This is where it gets really exciting, guys and gals, because when you go ahead and we run these rebuilds that we're running right now, guess what's going to happen? Because we paused all the rebuilds, right? We haven't been running rebuilds, but now we're about to run rebuilds, and guess what? Guess what you get? you're going to get 25% as a jump start for those rebills. Okay? Like day one, setting the clock, restarting, resetting, which is pretty crazy, right? Because the jump starts are going to start right from the beginning. These first rebills that come in, you're going to earn the jump start. That's going to get you a lot of money in your pocket. You're going to start popping these milestones, right? You're going to start earning this residual income in this INFINII check. And then once you hit regional manager and above, what's going to happen? You're going to start check matching those folks. So that's the game plan. That's what we're doing here with this. I could ask this question, but I'm just going to say it. None of you have ever seen this compensation plan, this rewards plan. No one's seen this rewards plan because it doesn't exist, okay? And this is one of the things we're very, very excited about, especially when we talk about Marketplace and the things that we're releasing there and the vendors programs. We're really excited, okay? And yes, Trish, you get 10%. Yep, on those legs. Now there are caps in business volume. Okay, obviously, the most in most rewards plan. I'll back this up. Let me know how many network marketing companies you guys have been in and seen rewards plan on. If you've ever worked in a holding tank, let me know in the chat. I really want to know. But we also have this holding tank. Okay, and this holding tank, guys, is going to be instrumental because let's say I'm Daryl. All right, Daryl, and I signed Jack up. Okay. I can move Jack underneath of somebody else in the holding tank. I got 30 days that someone can sit in that holding tank. Okay, 30 days they sit in a holding tank and I can place them. And when I place them, something magical happens. Anyone want to know what happens that's magical? One, they're going to get paid INFINII pay for that volume that I move. Two, they're going to get paid milestone payments for that volume that I move. So if I move somebody underneath of someone and it pops them to global manager, that volume that they did not bring in counts towards their milestone. That volume that they did not bring in counts toward their INFINII pay. Okay? That is the difference here. That is the difference. So this is going to be insane for you guys, especially as you start realizing the power of this. And you start hitting these ranks and smashing out these ranks and helping people do that with real volume. Yes.
I think a very important thing you should probably go over also is that now the rank is 30 days. It's a continuum instead of first to then, because that changes a lot of things for them. So if you could go through that too, that would be pretty good.
That's beautiful. And I'll tell you, thanks, Hitesh, because most companies that you've been involved with, guys, okay, have been in a month-to-month basis, meaning on a calendar month, at the end of the month, your rank is calculated. And depending on what you did that month depends on your rank. Well, that's great, but what if somebody comes into the company on the 15th of the month? They got 2 weeks to smash out their goals, and then they're stuck at that rank, right? We don't want you to be at a disadvantage when you come into the company at a different time in the month. I mean, I remember being in network marketing companies where it was, I only wanted to sign people up on the first of the month, like that. The first week was the sweet spot, and then the last week to help people pop ranks. That was it, right? The rest of the time it was dangerous because they wouldn't have enough time in that calendar month to hit the ranks. Does that sound crazy? Doesn't that sound kind of crazy that you would have the field, that you would have your promoters out there building and growing and helping this company get to new levels stifled by a calendar? So what we've done here is we went ahead and said, look, whatever volume you have 30 days in the past from today is your rank. That volume for 30 days in the past is your rank. So you can rank advance, guys, at any time. It's not a monthly thing. It's not something that you're going to rank advance. So if you're trying to get to global manager, or if you're trying to get to, let's say, director level, okay, you can rank advance at any time. It's not at the end of the month. It's in real time. Now, something else that we did that's really cool is, since we pay the INFINII pay weekly, if you advance during that week, whatever you advanced 2 during that week is now going to be your pay. So at every step of the way, we've made it so you can basically make more money in the rewards plan and get kind of the benefit of the doubt. Oh, they popped the rank on this day. Let's backdate that for the entire week. They're going to get paid that rank. So this is what is really, really cool. Okay, that's one of the things that that I think you guys are really going to love in the practical sense. And for those of you who are leaders, who here has been in a company that has had that issue and had to deal with that? Any leaders on here that have been in that situation where they've had to go ahead and just, yeah, you're right, Shahid, right? Daryl, yep. Scott, Jack, it slows you down, doesn't it? Kenya, definitely. So this slows you guys down. And we didn't want that to happen. We want to make sure you could rank advance in real time, get paid for it, even get back paid just a little bit for that week, right? And I think you guys are going to appreciate that as you start climbing up the ranks in this company. So pretty exciting with that one feature alone. And Hitesh kind of dreamt that up, and he's hasn't been the typical fan of network marketing in the past, right? Kind of rails against it, but man, does he come up with some amazing ideas. Just some amazing ideas. So what I would like to do, guys, is I want to move into something that I think is going to be really big for you guys. We're actually going to hop out. I want to get a post up on our Facebook fan page because we're going to do something where we're going to kind of do a contest, a drawing here over the course of this webinar. And I want to make sure that you guys are in the running for that. So I'm going to pause my screen here. And I'm going to hop on over to our fan page. And we're going to make a post. Let me grab Hitesh for that as well. Hitesh, are you still with us, my friend?
You can't grab me. I'm in California. You're in Japan.
All right. Fair enough.
I check your Skype. Pause the screen. Check your Skype. It should be on there already.
Beautiful, beautiful. So what we're going to do we want to go ahead and you guys should see this right now. So I'm going to toss this on the fan page. It's going to say, share your results so far, your goals for the next 90 days, and why you should be considered for this opportunity. Now, the question that is being asked here, while I go ahead and post this, we're going to go over what this means, why you should be considered for this opportunity. Okay, so I'm going to publish this, and then I'm going to explain what we mean. And for those of you who do not have the fan page link, I'm going to grab this. But we're about to do something kind of crazy, something that I think you guys are really going to love, especially for those of you in the e-commerce realm. Okay, for those of you who are building your e-commerce business, or for those of you who are specifically wanting to take it to the next level or struggling in some way with your e-commerce business, okay? If you're struggling with your e-commerce business, let me know. Be honest, hop in the chat and let me know if you are, right? For those of you who are in that situation, or even if you're saying, look, I just need the next idea, the next thing that's going to help me take this e-commerce thing to the next level, then what we're going to do is we're going to be doing something pretty insane. And I'm going to pop out and actually, Hitesh, do you want to go through this? Because it's
yes, of course. I don't mind going through it all. And maybe what we'll do is we'll give you guys some time. You can see the post on there. We're going to give you some time. Go ahead and start responding there, because your responses there are going to be very critical in the people that we're going to select. Okay, so we'll talk about what we're going to select you guys for here in a second. We're going to give you some time to get your responses there. In the meantime, I would like to go very quickly over the timelines and what's going to happen over the next 24 hours and over this entire week. Okay, so get your notepad out, get your pens out, or pull up your Google Calendars, whatever it is that you use. We want to make sure that you can all understand exactly what the process is going to be from this moment on. Okay, so you're going to see some random glitchiness maybe here and there. Hopefully not, but there's a possibility, because you're going to be uploading and migrating a lot of data in, and we're going to be running all of the rebuilds and catching up, right? So tonight, midnight Pacific time, you're going to see the rebuilds kicking in. You're going to see the cart is going to be open again. You're actually going to get a new link. You're going to see a link back there, which is a very clean sign-up process. It's actually a little bit better than the one you're used to. And maybe I can show you guys what that looks like as well. And the other thing that you will notice is that business volume will start showing up in your genealogy page. Okay, so you'll be able to go to your genealogy page and start seeing, let me show my screen quick. So you guys can see this. You'll start seeing business volume showing up for users right here. Okay, so starting tonight, midnight Pacific time, you're going to start seeing business volume where it says NA. Now, this business volume is always going to show the business volume generated over the last 30 days. But since we started this new comp plan on the 1st of June, this is only going to go back as much as the 1st of June. Okay, so all the rebills that hit today, all of the new people that may have signed up through sneaking around and finding the right links over the last week, you're going to start seeing that business volume here. Okay, so that opens the first 24 hours period. Starting midnight Pacific time, you will start to see business volume here, and you can then start making some strategic decisions, right? You can say, for example, hey, this person here is worth 600 BV, and this person here is at 9,600 BV. So if I move this person under this person, then this person will now be at the global manager rank, right? So you'll start being able to do stuff like that, which is when this holding time becomes very, very powerful for you. Tomorrow is the end of that first pay period. Now, we purposefully kept it 24 hours the first time because we want to give you all the time to play around with it and understand how the process goes. And this will also let us transition into the first INFINii pay. So the new pay period that we're running with, okay, so you all remember our original pay period when we had the binary and all that stuff. The pay period went from a Saturday to the Friday, right? It went from basically Saturday morning at midnight to Friday midnight. Okay, so that was a 1 week pay period. And now we're changing it out. We're going to be running our pay period from Wednesday to Tuesday. Okay, so let's make a note of this clearly. Wednesday at 000001 in military time, if you will, is when the pay period begins, and the pay period ends Tuesday, let's say 23:59:59. Okay, so try not to make a sale in that 1 second. Okay, I'm kidding. Make those sales, doesn't matter. So this is going to be a new pay period. So what's going to happen is every Wednesday, you're going to see INFINii pay, INFINii check match calculated and shown to you based on your last pay period. All right, so instead of doing a Saturday to Friday, we're going to do a Wednesday to Tuesday. Now, there is a very good reason for doing it this way. The reason is we want to make sure that you get paid in the middle of the week. Because if you get paid in the middle of the week, you can put a withdrawal request in and actually have that money in your bank account by the end of that week, right? So especially for people who are international, right? Somebody in Australia, for example, they could put a withdrawal request in on a Wednesday, get that in their bank accounts by that Friday night or Saturday their time, and that way they still have the funds within that week, and you don't have the delay of the weekend in the middle of it all. So that's the reason for doing it this way. And this is going to be our new pay period. Okay, I'm pretty sure Tracy's happy that I addressed this now because they have been questions about it. So you're going to see midnight Pacific time, you're going to see this BV will start showing up, and rebuilds that have been backlogged since 1st June will be run. Okay, I hope that's very, very clear. So then you guys can get very excited. You can start moving people around and you can see what happens with that. Then every 24 hours, and you have a counter on the page, every 24 hours, the new rank is calculated and shown. So you could go in there, make some changes during the day, move people around during the day and do all of those fun things. And by the next morning, those moves will have taken effect, and now you will have people that you have helped reach manager rank, national manager rank, and so on. Really, your entire goal should be to get people to the manager rank as quickly as possible. Okay, that's your whole aim right now. If you do that, that means you're helping them get to profitability, and that means you're helping yourself get to profitability. Okay, so you have tied incentives. Your incentive here is to help people rank advance, because that helps you rank advance and also helps you earn more. Okay, so that's very, very critical. Now comes the next very important piece. What happens with your milestones and jump starts? So all of the rebuilds that we run since 1st of June onwards is going to be treated like brand new sales. Okay, even though they are rebuilds, they're going to be counted as brand new sales, and you're going to earn jumpstart, which is a 25% on all of those sales. Okay, I hope this is very, very clear and nobody's confused about this. And you're going to start seeing a new reports page, which will have your reports for the jumpstart and the INFINii pay and the INFINii check match and milestone and so on. You will start seeing a new reports page show up starting Wednesday when we run it for the first time. Okay, is everything clear so far? Everything makes sense? Beautiful. And alongside all of this, you will see the shopping cart will open up at midnight PST as well. It'll actually probably open up, not probably, it'll actually open up a little before then, but we're just going to stick with midnight PST just to make sure that we have ample of time to run some tests if there are any issues and so on. Okay, so this is your process for the next 24 hours or so. What's also going to happen on Wednesday? Wednesday is going to be a big day. Also on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern is going to be our marketplace and vendors opening webinar. Okay, so we're actually going to have Nikki and Parish on here. Who here likes Nikki and Parish? If you don't like them, don't say anything. If you like them, say yes. That way we can tell them that everybody said yes. Okay, awesome. So basically, Nikki and Parish are awesome. They're going to be doing this webinar. They're going to show you guys the whole process from referring a vendor in to the referrer uploading their items and all of those things. Okay, so you're gonna all of your questions about how do we actually get vendors in here, how does a vendor actually sign up, how do they upload their products, and in some cases, in fact, in many cases, what will end, guys, and I'm giving you advanced warning, you will refer a vendor or a manufacturer, and they're going to say to you, and this is how many of them behave, they'll say to you, you know, I don't really want to manage this. I don't really know how to manage this. In that case, you actually still have the ability to work with them and use all of that stuff. You can take their catalog from them, which they will usually give you in the form of a sheet, a spreadsheet, and you can create an account as a vendor within the marketplace, and you can upload that sheet as well. Okay, so you have all sorts of options available to you. We will cover all of those things on the Wednesday night webinar. You guys will see how the whole thing works. It's been a lot of work to develop a whole massive platform and an ecosystem and so on. We will also go over one more time how business volume is generated, and we will show you examples of it. You will get to see how it shows up in your tracking. You'll get to see how it shows up in your genealogy and so on and so forth. Okay, so all of this stuff is going to be covered on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. All right, any questions from you guys about all of this stuff? All right, perfect. So no questions. All right, now let's go to the main big thing that has brought up many questions, which is called the purge. Okay, so the point of the purge is that on June 30th, we will be removing all the inactive users and compressing upwards. Okay, so let's say that you have somebody on your level 1. Okay, so this is you, and then you have somebody here. You will put them in gray so you can tell they're inactive and this person is inactive. But then over here, you have this real go-getter who is building, who wants to get going, who's, or even if they're just using the e-commerce side, right? It's just somebody who is active, who's building a business, whether it's on the partner side or on the e-commerce side or both, all of that stuff, that's totally fine. But they're building a business. What's going to happen on June 30th is that if by that time these individuals have not reactivated their account, they will be removed from here, and this individual will shift up to you. Okay, so the next time we look at it, the structure will actually look like this. Okay, now the benefit of that is that now this person is in your holding tank. Okay, so you'll be able to treat all of these people as another wave of business volume in your holding tank and use that the same way. Okay, so you'll be able to move these people around, because right now the question that comes up is, I have somebody 3 levels from me and they're active and they really want to work with me and I'm helping them a lot, but what do I do? How do I actually help them with the holding tank? How do I move them around and so on? Now that's your answer. This is what happens on June 30th. Okay, so this should resolve all of your questions and should resolve any of these issues. Okay, so somebody want me to clarify this one more time, but I will do it for the sake of many who probably are not going to say it because they're worried that I'm going to take that as an offensive statement towards my accent. And I will, but it shouldn't matter to you.
Come on. So, we won't, trust me.
So imagine that you have an inactive person on your level 1 and an inactive person on your level 2, and then you have an active person on your level 3, okay, right here. And currently, you can't really move this person around. Now, the good news is, because the way the comp plan works, you still get paid on this person. You can still help this person because you can move somebody under them via your holding tank if you want. But one question that comes up often is, I would really like if this person was on my level 1 and they were in my holding tank and I could move them around. If I could help them, or I could use the business volume here as bonus to help other people, right? Maybe if you could move this person under somebody else, you could help them rank advance, right? So what's going to happen on June 30th is anybody who is inactive, okay, this individual and this individual, since they're inactive and they have not reactivated by June 30th, they will go bye-bye, and this person will move up to you and they will become a person on your level 1. Okay, so you will be able to treat them as if they were somebody that you could move around in your holding tank. Okay, so that's the whole benefit to you. You're able to access them and use, basically help them out just the way you should be. Okay. And guys, same question as before. If you don't know who above you is an upline, who can help you out, all of those things, send a ticket to support to help desk. If you have somebody who's like, oh, I've quit, I'm doing this other thing instead, come join me in this thing. Or if they're like, let's go be salespeople for an energy company, or maybe let's go be salespeople for weight loss stuff, or let's go to do whatever. Let's go market online together because that's what we should do now. Whatever it may be, you can just send in a ticket. Okay, we have been going through all of them, and we're actually going to set up a whole thing and go through that whole process and make sure that we take care of you. Okay, so it's an unfortunate reality of multi-level marketing companies. At times that this happens. That's why we work really hard to make sure that we provide so much value that people don't have to leave. Now, this brings us to another pretty fun thing in this entire process, because this is great that you're able to help and you're able to earn from infinite depths and all of those things, and you still have pretty strong front-end promotions and front-end income. But a very simple question that comes up a lot, okay, and a lot more than most people realize, it's one of those things that you're a little hush-hush about. Nobody really wants to openly talk about it, but somebody has to, right? I mean, at some point, somebody has to openly say what a lot of people have been thinking to bring about something real and bring about some real help or a change. So a lot of people write in, and I'm sure many of you leaders have experienced this, where they say, I love that there are videos back there. I love there are tools back there. I love that there are webinars, but I would really, really like a little bit more personalized help, right? They would really like more personalized help. And one problem that often happens is you have leaders who literally can't devote enough time to all the people, not because they're bad people. They want to help everyone, but they don't have enough time for it, right? So what ends up happening is there are a lot of these people who are new and they're really just genuinely looking for help, especially when they seem to have a little bit of money to put towards their business. They fall prey to a lot of these people online, especially you see that on Facebook all the time. People who are like, oh, I can teach you, I can coach you, stuff like that. We have seen people spend anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 to $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 in coaching and things like that to people just so they can get some more additional help. Okay, and that happens a lot, and that unfortunately hurts them, and it turns them away from e-commerce entirely at times because they go, this whole thing doesn't work, right? And it's kind of sad, but the same thing has happened over and over in many places. So we have always said, you know, we try really hard to try and help as many people as we can, to provide as much support as we can, and this entire rewards plan is designed to try and help you as much as possible, because your uplines are now being compensated. So they can actually choose to devote some time towards you. However, there is a very strong need out there for people to be given help in a more personalized manner. Now, one of the things that we have been able to do is, due to many different factors, one of them being that we are successful, but the other bigger one being that we have contact with a lot of people who are actually good at this stuff, and we have a very significant staff now, right? We have about 30 some people on our staff, and we have a very significant number of those who have done more than 100,000 a year in sales. Okay, like quite a few of them. In fact, we have a few who have done over $1 million. So one of the ideas we had was being able to provide personalized coaching help to our members. Okay, and instead of doing it as something on the side and try to pocket a bunch of money and you know, all of those things where things kind of get icky, we decided to do it internally within the company and actually make sure that the sponsors also get paid for it. So if you have somebody who joins the company, starts to do well, right? They get to that magic $200, $300 a month profit level, which is when their eyes are open and they're like, this thing is real, it works. Okay, this thing is actually working. And then they say, look, can you give me more help? Now you have something to point to and say, look, if you need more help, here is somebody who will work with you personally to help you out a bit more. Okay, so we went through a lot of ideas on how we would do it. Obviously, we're going to pay our coaches very, very well to make sure that this works, which would mean that we would have to charge a lot for it as well. But one of our goals was to not go into that thousands of dollar range, because we really, really think that a key feature is being able to get to profitability very quickly, right? Everybody, I hope everybody agrees with that. You have to get to profitability very quickly. And if you're going to spend $2,000 or $3,000 just, and well, it's never going to be $3,000, right? It's always going to be the $29.97, because somehow magically that's not $3,000 anymore. If you're spending that much money on just information at first, you won't be able to get to profitability quickly. Okay, that's just it. If you're doing a 10% profit margin, you have to do $30,000 in sales before you will actually break even, right? That's not a very good feeling. So that's why we had you guys go to Facebook and make those comments on there, because we're going to be picking first 10 people from that group, and we may do 20 depending on how many people are on there. And we're essentially going to cover a lot of the cost of the whole coaching thing. And we're going to be releasing that for less than $500. Okay. Not only is it going to be for less than $500, the sponsor and the sponsor, so 2 levels, will also receive a commission on it. Okay. So let me go through some of the specifics. The upline or the sponsor will actually get $150 commission, as well as the second tier will get a $50 commission. Okay, and then we cover all the other costs of the coaching, of paying the coaches to make sure that people are actually followed up personally, and all of those beautiful things. And we are currently going to be able to do this for under $500. Now we're going to pick the first 10 people, 20 people from that group that we see on Facebook, which Kevin is monitoring right now, and that's how we're going to select those people. Now, who thinks that this would be something helpful to the members at large? There you go. And the yeses roll in. So guys, we really hope that one big thing we can do with this is get rid of a lot of scamminess out there, and also a lot of this difficulty that even leaders face, right? Because there are good people in our company who want to teach other people, and they're always concerned. They're like, well, if I try to help people and somebody else's downline comes to me for help, what do I do, right? What ends up happening with the commissions there, and is that okay or not okay? All of those kind of things. This resolves all of that stuff. So you don't have to worry about cross-line and whatnot, and you don't have to worry about vetting your coach, because there are a lot of people. I'll give you guys one great example. And you know that I've often said I won't name names, and then I end up naming names, and then everybody yells at me.
Don't name
So
names.
I won't name names. I won't name names. Don't worry.
No naming of the names.
Yes, but I'm going to give you guys an example. So what I've noticed a lot recently is there's this trend of showing screenshots from sales with big, massive numbers, but they will never tell you what their actual profit margin was. In many cases, you find out that these people are actually unprofitable on their sales. They're really just using those big sales numbers to try and get more people into their coaching programs, and that's how they actually make money. Now, that's a little sad, because I think I don't have to define why it's really sad, but it's really bad for the people who go in there, because if they get this very generic training they already have in their back offices, but they feel like it might be better. And in some ways it's good because it gets them to take action. But at the same time, they're losing a lot of money. They work through the year, they feel like they're being successful, and then they realize, I haven't even made back the amount of money that I spent, right? So there's kind of a bad trend that we have seen out there as well. So we're trying to get rid of all of this stuff. You know that the coach that will be assigned to you is a person who specializes in the area that you actually want help in. So Kev, I don't know if you have your screen ready, if you would like to share some of the more the detailed process of this, but you get to select, you get to choose what kind of coaching you want. I want to focus on shopping arbitrage. I want to focus on Amazon dropshipping, or I want to focus on eBay dropshipping. I want to focus on sourcing products for FBA, or I want to focus on my own self-managed stores like Shopify, WooCommerce, and INFINii stores. All of those selections you get to make, and then we choose a coach who is a specialist in that area, who has done some good numbers in that area, and they will actually work with you. Okay, so obviously, as you can see, we're not doing it because we're going to pocket so much money off of this, but we really feel this will resolve a very big problem in a lot of different ways that we have seen so far. And it will also give sponsors a very good place to send people to who need more help. Instead of having to out, I'm not an e-commerce expert myself, how can I help this person, right? Now you have a place that you can send them to, and this whole issue of people wanting to sign up with somebody who can give them a little bit more help kind of starts going away. So Kev, if you would like to take the screen.
Well, I just want to, I'll grab the screen, but I want to say something along those lines. I mean, this is something that we're pretty excited about, because folks that, let me grab this, folks that come into INFINii and they're looking to build the compensation plan, the rewards plan, the internet marketing side, the network marketing side. Even if they're not really interested in the e-commerce side, they know how powerful it is. They've seen how powerful it is, and this gives them a way to make sure that their teams are taken care of, right? Especially when you look at if they're going to be going out there and having their leaders go ahead and train on this, they could get that package, make sure that they're up to speed, make sure that they're growing in income, and then teach that throughout their organization. So we think that this is going to be huge. I think it's going to be really, really huge, not just from the standpoint of making sure that you guys get more money in your pocket, but from the standpoint of making sure that so much value is given to your members. So I'm pretty excited about that. So this is all pretty exciting. What do you guys think? I'll tell you what, why don't you go ahead and smash out this like button on here too. Just smash that out. We're going to go through all these. We're going to go through the folks who hit the like button. Especially I'm going to be watching these goals, because these are pretty awesome. And it takes a level of courage to go out there and share your goals. Okay, it takes a level of courage to put yourself out there and say, this is my goal and this is what I want to do. because you're putting it out there for the world. So I appreciate you guys that are doing that. I'm going to send you the link to the Facebook post again, because I had a couple of people asking me where it is. And Nitesh, you know, I'm feeling something. I think I want to do something that this is kind of spur of the moment. And we haven't talked about this. I really want to do something else as well. I'm actually going to go ahead and since this isn't really a feasible thing to do on the marketing side, right? It's not feasible for me to assign a marketing coach to this. I'm actually going to go ahead and grab 3 people and work directly with them with 5 private coaching sessions on lead generation and sales funnel creation, whether they're in INFINii or in DS Domination. What do you guys think about that? If I grab 3 folks, we hop on for 5 sessions, and we go through, we map out your sales funnel, your process, and all that stuff. And for free. I've seen a lot of people out there right now that are charging X amount of dollars for coaching, $5,000, $10,000, you know, $1,000 for coaching, and that's fine. That's a good business model for them to have. I support those things. Make sure our members can get that kind of stuff for just a better price, and in this case, kind of for free. Okay, so e-commerce side, we've got you covered with this program. The internet marketing side, the lead generation side, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm going to grab a couple people, and I'm going to go ahead and coach you guys. 3 people, 5 sessions. Here's the catch, though. We get to record that. We get to do it live together on like a go-to webinar. And you know, some of the nuggets that we pull out of there, and some of the big breakthroughs that you might have, we get to share that down the road, possibly. Okay. But the goal is to get you guys to hit your goals on that marketing side as well. I think that'll be a blast. I know I'll have fun, and we'll get to take someone, even if they're in the beginning, up to, you know, a very high level. Also along that route, go ahead.
Okay, I just want to throw in a few things very quickly. One, guys, just want to clarify. The purpose of the coaching is not so you can get 1 or 2 questions answered. Okay, if you have 1 or 2 questions, you should be coming on our weekly training webinars and ask the question there. Okay, that's what that's for. This is really for you who's going, look, I have a goal, I have to replace my full-time income with this, or I have to get to a certain level. Right, that's what this coaching is more designed to do, to kind of help you through all of those things and more personalized stuff. Secondly, if you are a person who would prefer somebody in a different language, if you would prefer Greek or Spanish or Russian, or you know, a different language in which you would like to be helped because you're feeling like, you know, the training itself doesn't address some of your more specific needs since you are in a different location and so on, you can actually select that when you choose to get the coaching option. So you can say, for example, in there, I would prefer a coach who speaks Spanish and has some experience with international FBA, or has some experience with self-fulfilled FBA equivalent and things like that. So you can actually see some of the details on there that Kevin has up there. But this is kind of the application that you fill out. So you choose what your language of choice is, what your current sales are right now, what your goal sales per month are. You give all of the specifics of what timelines you prefer, and then we actually give you 5 options to choose from, and you can choose any 2 of those. Okay, so we give you 5 things, and in this case, Kevin, if you want to read that out quick, if not, I can read it out for you.
Sure. Let's see. Okay. So
you have eBay.
Yep. Got it.
Sorry. Okay. So you have eBay and dropshipping through there. You have Amazon dropshipping. You have product sourcing and FBA, because remember, not all product sourcing is FBA. FBA is when you source products and send them into Amazon for them to sell. But you can source products and actually do it more profitably than just FBA. I'm not sure if everybody truly understands that, but we will go through that part. The next thing is profit shopping, which is basically shopping for profits, going out and finding arbitrage options online, offline, and then selling them online. And then you also have the option to do your own self-managed stores like Shopify stores, WooCommerce stores, and so on. So when you select one of those options and you select your language, you select all those things, that's how we choose somebody who's going to be working with you. And that's how you set up your whole progress and so on. Okay. Obviously, Kevin cannot speak Greek. He will try, but you will probably not understand him.
You will. You'll understand me.
So for his marketing side of stuff, you guys will want to do it in English. However, we are currently working on Greek and Spanish versions of INFINii Network as well. Okay, so for those of you who have been looking to drive the ridiculously cheap traffic in other languages, okay, this is one thing most people don't realize. You can get a lot of traffic at dirt cheap prices to drive to your sales funnels in other languages. You will be able to do that as well. And then there are some other really cool things that we're going to be able to show you. I don't know, Kevin, if you want to share some of the stuff that's coming end of the week in INFINii Network.
I do.
Then go for it.
Okay.
So go over some of that stuff. Just want to close out and make sure nobody has any questions about the whole INFINii coaching side of thing, so that it's very, very clear.
Yeah, in fact, this might be a good time to ask. So if there's any questions on the INFINii coaching side, the INFINii coaching program, again, this is an e-commerce thing, right? So we're going over on the e-commerce side, and we're getting into and we're personalized coaching on eBay dropshipping, Amazon dropshipping, FBA product sourcing, shopping arbitrage, or self-managed stores. And again, you can pick a couple of those categories when you do so. Definitely not going to be all of them, because this will be something that's very detailed and tailored to you. It'll be a program where it'll be ongoing. This isn't like a one thing, right? This isn't something that we do one time and then that's it and see how it goes. It'll be an ongoing source for you guys to get this kind of education and training, which, I mean, I don't think anyone does that. Does anyone do personal coaching like that and then hop on with you like that? I don't. Let me know if it exists out there, guys. Just let me know. But I don't think it does. And the great thing is it can go towards your weaknesses, right? So if you already, obviously, you'll have a roadmap on what you need to do before your first call, because you don't want to waste time when you get on with a coach. But from there, it's getting you to whatever goal you're looking to do. And really, this is a jump start, right? It's for those of you who are in the beginning, it's a jump start to get you into profit. For those of you who are experienced, right, it's something to kind of take your game to the next level. So I think this will be huge, and especially as we do this long term for you guys, right? It'll just be it'll be crazy. Nobody does that. No one does that. I mean, people charge ridiculous amounts of money out there to give you that information and to help you out in that way. And I think that this is a pretty good deal for you, for those of you who are building an organization here, and most important, it'll get you results. So pretty excited about it. So that's the coaching side. I'm going to see if you guys had any questions. Yeah, Norman, and that price point, that $2,000 an hour that person you're referring to is charging, yeah, it might be worth it, but we just don't want to see people pay that much money. It's kind of ridiculous. Oh, absolutely. So Lancelot asked, he's using Tracker XYZ and said, hey, will the INFINii Tracker be better? Look, here's the cool thing about the INFINii Tracker, and I'm going to not get on a tangent for it too much. I just want to go ahead and tell you kind of what to expect there. It's been built from the ground up with different code, and Hitesh could probably walk circles around why it's more technologically advanced and better, right? But at the end of the day, it works in a different manner, right, Hitesh?
Yeah, actually, let me address that quickly in a slightly different way. So, guys, there are really, at the core of it, 3 core technologies out there for doing your price management. And the very first one, I kind of feel like I can't definitively prove this, but I did kind of invent the first one way back, like almost 2.5 years ago. Until then, the tracking stuff wasn't even very common at that point. I'm not saying that I was the first one out there, but I felt like I kind of came up with a way to do it that was kind of unique. But that wasn't very scalable. Okay, so that wasn't the best way out there. There are 2 other ways to do it. And the other way to do it, the technology-wise, in the background, is the way that pretty much everybody is using right now. And a lot of it is involved with trying to get around these websites' rules. Okay, that's basically what it comes down to. And almost everybody out there who's offering tracking services basically uses the same kind of technology in slightly different ways. In some cases, it's much worse because they are literally just white labeling another service and then calling it their own, right? So that happens a lot. What we did is about 8 months ago, we went back and we were like, there's a core problem here that we need to get around, and we've been working on that. And one of those issues actually came up from this side of auto ordering products for people, right? Who has been kind of excited about the idea of auto ordering, because we brought that out and it worked really well. But then there was a rule change where you could not show people's credit card information, and that kind of kicked that to the curb. So anybody who's doing it right now is kind of doing it in an illegal way. So we kind of came up with a new way to deal with that, and a new way to around how we actually scrape and get all this information, and how we process this information, how we timestamp it, and how we try to get as close to real-time changes as possible. So those are all the things that we have been able to do internally. And we kind of showed you guys a quick kind of demo, showed you a little bit of the back office design, and not just the design, but also the functionality at the last webinar. So if you're looking for it, just go and watch the replay from the one that we did on Saturday, and you'll get to see how that actually functions. And we've been having a very spirited debate internally on what level we want to provide that level of tracking on. And we're actually going to provide pretty much all the functions you need at the prime level. And then we're going to add the bells and whistles at surge and above. So if you are just looking to price manage your eBay items, you're looking to track and make sure they don't go out of stock and do all of that kind of stuff, and you don't want to pay extra costs because of credit fees or per listing fees or per item fees, then we probably are the only solution out there for that, because we won't have those extra costs at all. It's going to be a flat, included in your membership. X number of your listings are completely managed. You don't pay anything extra for it. And that's basically what we have on the INFINii tracking side. So we're going to be putting that out here, and we're pretty excited to put it out there because it's been a long time in the works, and we've been wanting to get this new system out, and it'll be just fun to see it work. And in the background, we've actually already started compiling everybody's information. So even the data that I collected, the 182 million in sales that we went over, actually came through all of that infrastructure. So hopefully you guys are excited about it. We are very excited about it. We are very excited about pretty much everything that's happening, right? The holding tank, the change of the compensation plan, going back to like the way we are, right? We prefer not being in the standard, not necessarily MLM really, but in the standard restrictive environment where you have one product or one range of products, and that's what you work with. We are all about building ecosystems, building massive platforms where everybody can interact with the rest of the world, and the money is made on successful transactions, right? I mean, that's the best business model to have, where the money is generated on successful transactions. That's the business model of Netflix and Uber and Airbnb and Amazon Video, right? Stuff like that. So that's kind of where we are. And obviously, we're super excited. And what really gets us more excited than anything else is when we see all of these results of our members. We start seeing how well our members are doing. We see how, like, the kind of results they're posting. We had one member who just posted, they made $40,000 last month in May. That was awesome. Just like looking at that, we're like, this is incredible. This person's life has completely changed. And the reality is it doesn't take 40,000 in a month to change somebody's life either. For most people, an extra $500-600 a month is really, really transformative for them. Like really significantly transformative, especially when they're only putting in an hour or two a day at most towards it, right? That's a very, very big difference, because now suddenly they can stop worrying about their electricity bill, or they can get the car maintenance done that they needed, or they can get their children to a slightly better school. That was a big motivation for Kevin. That was a big motivation for me. We homeschool, but kind of like that. So that's kind of where we are, right? So for us, it's very important to build a compensation plan or a rewards plan to get everybody as quickly as possible to manage it, because we know at that point there has been two things that happen. There's a psychological change where they now realize this thing can work, and then it motivates them to put in more effort. And at the same time, it does something very actual, tangible, physical thing for them, which is it just put them in profits. It just paid off one of their bills. And that's what's so cool. So that's where we are, guys. And we are super excited. And tonight is a very big night for us, because we are going to be turning on all of the stuff. The BB moves in there, the cart opens up, and it kind of closes off the series of webinars, which has been all about announcing the changes and announcing the attitude of the company, changing the perspective that we've all had for 6 months into the perspective that we've all wanted for 6 months. And I think we're on board with something very exciting. So we're pretty excited, and we're looking forward to you guys blowing this up and seeing even more success stories coming out of you guys.
Oh yeah, and I'll tell you so what I'm going to do tonight, we'll give this like a couple more hours, right? So I'll come back and go ahead and go through these, and then we'll select the first group that can go ahead and get on to this coaching program if you so choose. So we'll reach out to you. Also, I'm going to post something here on my Facebook wall, and this is for the internet marketing side. So I'm just going to toss that out there. If you guys, just to let you know, if you want to go ahead and comment on that, if you're ready to rock that out. If you want to hop on that coaching, and I'm going to grab 3 people. Okay, we're going to do 5 coaching sessions together. And no, it's not going to cost you anything. So I want to do that because I've seen too many programs like, oh, $5,000 and I'll privately coach you for 42 seconds with no results. So we're kind of tired of seeing that. I mean, it's a fine business model to have if you're promoting something, but it's a bad business model in the sense that if somebody doesn't get the expected results, well, you know, they don't make a lot of money. So we're interested in making sure that you guys get as many ways to earn as possible and as much money in your pocket as possible. I think just by being on these last couple webinars with us, hopefully you've got to learn a little bit about what we're all about and who we are. I mean, I hope you guys understand who we are, who you're working with, who you're partnering with, who you're with right now. And I hope you understand we consider you family. INFINii, I mean, Hitesh and I could be out doing something else, guys, at the end of the day. Hitesh, Jason, and I could be out doing something else. The amazing people on our staff, the amazing people that work here at INFINii could be out doing something else. But we're here because we believe that you can do something greater than we ever can. That's where we're coming from. We've been around some amazing, successful people in this company. We've seen you guys transform your lives. We've seen people come in here and go from nothing to paying their house. We've seen people like Anne do stuff like this. And it's inspiring to us. And that is what drives us. Your results are what drives us. And I hope that you get to see a little bit of who we are over the last few days going through these webinars, because we're excited to take this to the next level, not for us, but for you. It's easy for us to go out and create a product that makes us $100,000 a month. You know what's harder? Is making 100,000 people a lot of money a month. And that's what we're trying to do. Make as many people as we can. When I leave this world, when we're gone and the dust settles and our time on this space is over, the question is, how many people have we helped? It doesn't matter what we've done at the end of the day, right? Does it really matter? It doesn't. It matters how many lives we've been able to impact and affect. And we can't do that without people willing to have their lives impacted and affected in a positive way. And you guys being here and sharing this opportunity and standing up and saying, this is my home. This is where I want to be. These are the people I want to be around. That's it. That's all we need. So if you guys are ready to rock out INFINii, if you're ready to build, actually, man, now I'm getting all riled up again. You guys, okay. So I'm going to make one more post on this. All right. I'm going to ask one more question. I just want to ask, who is 1,000% ready to build INFINii over on our fan page, guys? I'm just going to publish that on there. Just leave a like, leave a chat, leave a post, share it. Make sure people see that you're here ready to do this, that you're ready to grow. And you're awesome. Love you. Look, guys, it's time to build this thing. It's time to take this to the next level. Hitesh and I aren't going anywhere. Jason's not going anywhere. Carly's not going anywhere. Brian's not going anywhere. Okay, Tracy's not going anywhere. Rocio, Ophelia, all the amazing people we have, Bill. I mean, I can't even name them. I think we have like 30 amazing people working with us on a daily basis. These are the people that we surround ourselves with, are amazing people, right? And our members, You are the people that we want to be around. Okay, our family here with INFINii, this is who we want to be around. You know the old saying, surround yourself and you're going to get as good as the top 10 people around you? We don't have 10. We don't believe in limiting ourselves to 10. That whole statement is great and everything, but we want to be around thousands of amazing people. Thousands of people who are ready to change their lives and help other people. That's who we want to be around. And with that kind of energy around us, what can stop us, guys? What can stop us? Nothing. Nothing. It's time for you to plant your flag, make a stand, get rid of any negativity out of your life, and help people reach their goals. If you do that enough time, I promise you, you will reach every goal you ever set. You will shatter those goals that we've been talking about for the last few days. It's time to build this. It's time to just run with INFINii, with this family, and don't limit yourself to being around 10 great people. Get around thousands of them as you bring them into your lives with this company, with this opportunity. All right, I'm done. I love you guys. This is what keeps us going. You, Priscilla, Ed, Don, Sherry, Richard, George, Marin, I love you. Michael, Rashida, man, I can't. Look at this. Look, if I refresh this, you guys just keep going. I don't know why the fan page likes to hide your posts. Wish I could do something about it. I will unhide them. But you guys are amazing. You need to keep building this. We need to go. This isn't a fly-by-night affiliate program that's here today and gone tomorrow. You can't stop us. You can't slow us down. We are here to build. We are here to grow. Love you guys. Hitesh, I'm done. I got to stop because they got me all riled up again. I need you to step in and close this thing out or something because it's game time. It's time to change lives.
You want me to step in and get rid of the excitement? No.
I don't know what I'm just riled up because all these folks, man, I'm telling you, top 10 people. Who cares about top 10 people? Look, top 10,000 guys. All right. Build it, be around this community, be positive, help each other. Anyone who's a naysayer, get them out of your life, push them off to the side. They're going to slow you down by putting their agenda upon you. Look, we're here to help you build. We're here to help you grow. I think you guys know that, and this is your family. So love you. All right, I'm shutting up yet again. Second time I'm shutting up tonight.
Well, I don't really want you to. Honestly, guys, this is why we keep going, because we have people like Kevin here, right? It's awesome for me to be working with somebody like Kevin, because honestly, there are things that we could be going out there and doing. There are things that have actually come across my path over the last year that, given all the situations that I've been in, that was like, oh, maybe I should do this instead, right? Just to get a little bit more of a calm. And I couldn't, like, some of the leaders that we have in here, and then people like Jason and Kevin, it's incredible people that you don't want to leave. You never want to, like, I can't imagine doing something where I'm not working with these guys. And it's the same way that we feel about all of you. We keep going back. We often will talk and we'll be stressed and not sleeping. And we will sit down and talk about the people that we met at the event, the people that are in our company, the results that are being posted, the emails that we get from some of the people who are not even on social media, right? People who are like, I don't even have a Facebook account because I don't know how to use a phone. Okay, like stuff like that. And I know it sounds insane. And they're sending us a mail and they're like, I'm reading this to my 30-year-old son because I want to send you guys a thank you. Stuff like that is what keeps us going. So stuff like that is what should keep you guys going. And we finally have a rewards plan that actually is designed to make that happen at the same time. This is the goal that you guys should have through this whole thing. This whole company has been built around you being able to do the same thing for the vendors that you bring in and the members that you bring in and the people you bring in for the e-commerce side and the people that you bring in for the marketing side. All of those things, this is what you need to do. Now, I know you're all excited, which is awesome. That's what Kevin does. Kevin does that to everyone, including me. But here's what you need to do right now, okay? We need you to channel that excitement in a little bit of specific action, okay? You have the handout from before, the handout from Kevin. You need to make sure you fill out that handout. Make sure you set your goals. We went through all of this stuff yesterday. Make sure you set your goals. Make sure you fill out this handout, not just for the rewards plan side, but also for the e-commerce side. And there's a lot more coming, guys, that we haven't even mentioned yet. A lot more coming beyond e-commerce, beyond just marketing. That's going to be very exciting. But we're going to put it all out for you. You just have to make sure that you take some very specific goal-driven actions going forward. Okay? So you guys are awesome. I hope we have clarified everything or what's going to happen the next 24 hours, the next 7 days, and all the way to the end of this month, with a couple surprises in the middle that we are going to reserve to ourselves. And that's that. We're going to open up the INFINii coaching thing. We're going to open that up towards the end of this week. We're going to send a mail about it, and you guys are going to be welcome aboard. And if we end up having to choose more than 10, we will. Okay. So you guys, let us know. Actually, you know what? Let's do it this way. If you would like to be considered for that, and you have already made your post, can you please send a support desk ticket and say, hey, I would really like to be considered for the coaching thing, and and I've already made my post or my comment on there. That way we can actually narrow down a lot faster and choose the right people and get them going like tonight. Okay. So all of you have a wonderful day, evening, night, wherever you are. From my side, thank you for being here. I'm very excited for everything that's happening. And then Kevin, when he's done drying the tears of joy in his eyes and the inspired...
I was pacing. Because I mean, look at all these amazing people. I mean, how do you? I mean, think about it. In your life, how do you get around so many amazing people? I mean, this is the only way you do it, is to help change lives. And look at all these folks; they're just awesome.
Yep.
So I'm just grateful to have this many amazing people in our lives in this company, and that are the folks that I want to be around. Right? Some of the ones that I don't want to be around, they're not in here anymore, which I'm cool with. I'm cool with that. I'm really cool with that. If you're not going to be around here, you know, some that are not here, I'm okay with that. These are my peeps, man. These are my peeps. So I love you guys. I'm going to shut up again. So I'm cool. I'm good.
Actually, we're gonna both stop talking, so you guys can actually go do what you need to do. I hope you all know what you're supposed to be doing. So please go and just take action. You all know better than us what you need to achieve in your life to make a real difference for yourself, for your family, for your friends, for your neighborhood, whatever it is that you've decided to do. You guys know that better than us. All we know is that in some weird way, we kind of are gifted at knowing slightly better ways to help you get to those goals. So set those goals and then come back to us, and we'll try and help you reach those goals as much as we can. So you guys have a great everything, and we will see you on the Wednesday night webinar with Nikki and Parish for the INFINii Marketplace.
Yeah.